When approaching in-game content in Guild Wars 2, there can be several barriers or entries that new players may face. One of the biggest of these barriers has to do with raid anxiety. When looking at anxiety as a whole, the American Psychological Association characterizes anxiety as feelings of tension, worried thoughts, and physical changes that may cause individuals to avoid certain situations out of worry. In simple terms, anxiety is a completely normal biological response of your brain predicting danger and warning you about those dangers so that you may act accordingly. Anxiety can take form in many different capacities. One big example can be seen with specific forms of social anxiety, where, in short, you're attempting to predict the future of social situations and you overcompensate in your actions in order to prevent that future from coming to fruition, such as by excluding yourself from social environments in order to prevent yourself from saying something stupid and making people dislike you. When looking at anxiety in the context of Guild Wars 2, we can see it take form in a variety of ways. When looking at in-game content, this is commonly referred to as raid anxiety. Raid anxiety can be loosely defined as an individual having anxious thoughts towards engaging in difficult in-game content. This can be connected to various different forms of anxiety, such as being anxious of being in a social environment, being anxious about your abilities to perform adequately for a group's expectations, being anxious about disappointing others, being anxious about wasting other people's time, being anxious about failure, and more and more. It is then important to understand how anxiety with raiding is attached to our general understanding of anxiety, and then it is important to work to reduce or eliminate raid anxiety based on our understanding of anxiety as a whole. Remember, the anxiety that we feel when we are joining a group for a raid boss is our brain predicting the future and warning us about it. You have LFG up, you see a beginner's Vale Guardian group in the training category, and you want to click it, but your brain is stopping you. You say to yourself, what if they wipe because of me? I don't know the mechanics, I can't do this. I don't have high DPS, so I'm going to hold everyone back, and so on and so on. Or, when you have joined the group, and after having done a couple of pulls, you begin to think, I got teleported in a blue, I am a failure and I'm holding everyone back. I'm only the 6th highest DPS, they can replace me with someone better. I stepped in the blue pizza slice, they will not be able to clear this boss with me in the group. And so on and so on. All of these thoughts are future oriented. I am doing X, so the group is Y. I am failing, so the group will never clear the boss. When looking at solutions to our anxiety and how to overcome our feelings of anxiousness in raids, we can approach anxiety in a variety of different ways. A quick note, when approaching anxiety, every single person is different. Different methods are going to work for different people. Everyone and everyone's anxiety is unique. The first strategy that we can look at with overcoming raid anxiety is building confidence in yourself, where you push yourself outside of raids to become a better player, and you gain confidence in your ability to perform in challenging content. Preparing for raids and boosting your confidence can be done in a variety of ways. One way can be with mastering your profession, build, and DPS rotation, where you spend a lot of time in the open world, you learn all your skills, and you get fully geared up in the best armor. You then find a meta build that is recommended from various websites, you throw that on your character and you spend hours practicing it. Maybe you go into the training arena and wail away at a golem for a long time. Then you bring that build into Icebrood Saga Strike missions, which are basically low intensity raids. You grind, practice, and build up your confidence in your ability to play your role in a raid. You watch videos and read through guides about the raid boss you are wanting to do and basically learn everything about each boss. Very briefly, there are many great resources made by people in the Guild Wars 2 community that you can use. Heartstuck and Snowcrow's are both guilds that host builds and raiding guides on their websites. Muckluck on YouTube has very good short guides about each raid boss in the game, and Mighty T-Bot also has very good but longer guides on YouTube as well. These are just a few resources available to players, and there are many others which may be good for different people. From there, you may gain confidence in your ability to perform in raids, so when you are approaching a raid group, you will think less about how you may fail in raids. When I approach challenging content in various video games, this is one of the main things that I do to overcome anxiety. For example, I play a lot of VALORANT. Before playing ranked, I will spend time practicing my aim and movement. I also spend time watching VALORANT esports and guides to learn more about the game. This is also true for my approach to Guild Wars 2, where I've spent a lot of time practicing multiple different builds, have gotten really good at the game, and also went through multiple resources for each boss prior to attempting the raid boss for the first time. A second strategy that is commonly used in overcoming raid anxiety is with creating an environment that is safe for you. This is often done in 3 distinct ways. The first is by creating a group of individuals like-minded to yourself to raid together with, such as by building up a static group through a guild or other communities. This allows you to build up and foster a group of people that you may feel more comfortable with and allows you to create an environment that is safe and inclusive to you. The second distinct strategy is by leading raids in LFG. Instead of joining an LFG for a raid, you create one yourself. This allows you to have control over the group and allows you to lead the direction of the group. The third distinct strategy is by going into a group with a friend or a couple of friends. So when you're raiding in an LFG group with 7 strangers, you may have 2 friends that help make you feel more comfortable. All these strategies can have barriers from anxiety in other forms, such as social anxiety preventing you from forming friendships with people to raid with. But all these strategies can allow you to create a positive environment where you may be more comfortable. Similar to the first strategy discussed earlier, this is also a strategy that I utilize when approaching challenging content. Again, I play a lot of VALORANT. When I queue for ranked, I often queue with 1 or more friends so that I'm playing with someone that I am completely comfortable with instead of being all by myself. When approaching in-game content in Guild Wars 2, I do the same. I am a leader of a guild and have helped create a positive environment where I, as well as many others, feel safe to raid in. I've approached every raid and strike in the game and have never felt uncomfortable with the group of people I've met. Beyond these 2 strategies, we can look at more traditional strategies for targeting anxiety. With anxiety being future-oriented, if you can train yourself to focus on the present, your anxiety cannot exist. Such as with Vale Guardian, instead of focusing on what if I fail this mechanic, focus on engaging in the mechanics. Other strategies for anxiety that are recommended, which work in effective degrees for different people, include, but are not limited to, stretching, meditating, living a healthy lifestyle, doing breathing exercises, and so on. Utilizing these different strategies can help some people with managing their anxiety. One of the biggest general tips to overcoming anxiety is utilizing professional resources such as a therapist, where engaging with a therapist allows an individual with anxiety to learn more about their anxiety and learn how to manage it better. Which, of course, therapy can be a long and complicated process for many individuals, where many people don't have access to therapy, and many people cannot find a therapist that works for them, where, oftentimes, therapy is straight up not an option for many people. Raid anxiety can prevent you from participating in in-game content, even if you really want to. I think it is important to note that these feelings are completely normal. Not only do many people experience anxiety in this way, it is a general biological response. It is unfortunate that so many people experience raid anxiety in Guild Wars 2. From my perspective, raids are incredibly fun and one of my favorite parts of the game. Compared to other MMOs, raids in Guild Wars 2 are very easy, especially with the addition of Emboldened. Although, I completely understand issues surrounding raid anxiety because it is something that I experience with every game. When looking at my experience in Guild Wars 2, I had issues getting myself into raiding. It took me a long time of improving my confidence in my abilities to play the game, as well as creating a group of friends with whom I feel comfortable playing with. The combination of these 2 things has allowed me to engage in in-game content and have fun doing so. An additional byproduct of this is how I feel much more comfortable with in-game content as a whole now, where I am so confident in my ability to play the game now that I would be fine playing with a pug group in LFG, something that past me would not be fine with. I hope that the topics that I covered in this video are beneficial to some people. If I were to leave one personal message for people, it is this. It is completely okay to have anxious thoughts about raiding. If you are able to push yourself into engaging in in-game content, there is a really good chance that you will enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video. If you are comfortable with sharing your personal experiences with anxiety and strategies that you use to overcome that anxiety, feel free to leave it in a comment down below. Also, feel free to like and subscribe to help this video and my channel. I hope everyone has a good day, and remember, drink some water.